Get in there, my son. Boom, chickadee chanker. What's happening, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little stream for you. We are here to discuss the big breaking news, guys, that United are very close to signing Leny Yoro, guys, the next big thing in terms of defenders. We're going to get into the latest news or the reaction in this next coming video here live. Thank you very much for joining us live, everybody who's here. Keith Redfield, what's up? Must Play, Josh Lee, Kim... Yes, get in there. Jason Jackson, Aidan McDonald, Callum McFarlane. How you getting on there? United. Heyo Caesar, Kim, Connor, Ryan Downton, and everybody else as well who's in the live chat. Big up yourselves. Do us a favour at the start of this live stream. Smash that like button. Happy day to you all. Hope you're having a good lunchtime or / morning. And this has hopefully brightened your day a little bit because it looks like United are doing some business this summer. Ineos are not messing around. We are going out there and signing new players. We have now got another good prospect for the future. An expensive signing, yes, an expensive signing, but obviously he's coming here with a big reputation for somebody who's only a young lad who could go on and do great things, and he's sort of probably going to be playing a developmental role at Man United this coming season anyway. But the sooner we can get that Easter Island statue Slabby Maguire, son, the better. And that goes for that IKEA flat pack merchant as well, Victor Lindelof. So it looks like maybe there's a changing of the guard at United this summer. We'll see. But Man United planning to buy defenders. We're looking to bring in potentially still Matthias de Ligt. There's also still Branthwaite, which is on the table. There's potential for United to sign defenders, not just Yoro. However, this is a good start, isn't it? We've got obviously this young lad hopefully coming in. Then Manchester United can add to other areas in the team. We do need a new CDM, I think, probably a new, maybe a wide player as well, arguably. But certainly we want to be looking at strengthening that defence because Slabby Maguire's slabtastic and Victor Lindelof is a dwindle-off merchant. He's dwindled off in his career and really, yeah, probably about time we did try to get rid of these players. We've already got Johnny Evans as a backup. Martinez is going to be the man for Man United coming up this season, isn't he? Like the butcher of Manchester, if he can stay fit, is for one of the first names on the team sheet because of his guile and his bottle. Now, what we need to do is get somebody to partner him. I'm not sure if Yoro's going to be that guy immediately. For 62 million euros, you would think that might be the case. But we shall see. I still think there's plenty more action for Man United to have in this window in terms of defenders. But let's get into the breaking news, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Smash that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new, get involved, get your thoughts and opinions down below as well if you're watching this on catch up later. Get it in the not live comments what you think about this potential signing for United. Also, if you're live watching this right now, get involved in the chat. We're going to be dipping in and out of the live chat and we'll have a Q&A at the end of the show as well. Nice one. You can also give us a repost, share the stream around on Twitter, wherever you can. That would be awesome. Spread the word, and we'll shout you out a bit later on in the show. Let's get into it, though. So the latest reports and updates here. This is from David Ornstein a short while ago today. Exclusive. Leny Yoro flying to the UK to take medical and finalise personal terms as Man United push to complete the signing from Lille. 18-year-old defender initially favoured Real Madrid, but LOSC accepted an initial 62 million euros bid from Manchester United. Still work to do, but now close. Oof! So the reports are that this deal is 50 million euros essentially up front with a further 12 million euros in add-ons. That's a shitload of cash. Smash a 1 in the chat if you think it's worth it for Leny Yoro. Smash a 2 if you think we're overpaying here for this lad. I mean, look, this guy looks really good for an 18-year-old defender, right? But in terms of, like, spending money, we do like to spend a lot of money. There are a lot of teams that are interested in this guy, and I think if you're going to get somebody who could be the next potential big thing, you kind of have to speculate to accumulate. Maybe we're spending a little bit too much money here, but there's other big clubs interested in him. A lot of the top clubs are interested in this guy. We don't want to lose out on another sort of like Camavinga. We could have gone and got Camavinga for big money when he was a youngster, and it seemed like, oh, that's a shitload of money to spend on a youngster at that stage. But no, it doesn't really work out that way, because they develop into top players if they've already got that ability and potential at such a young age. It's almost a banker. But then obviously there is a bit of an element of risk involved. But United, if you want to speculate to accumulate and get the best young talents of the future, you do have to spend some money. I'm sort of half there. I think, in this current transfer market, it's just insane, the amount of money it takes to buy players. So, any young talented player like this is obviously going to bring with them quite a big premium. But anyway, that's the report from David Ornstein, guys. Get in there, my son. United doing some bits. Obviously, we still need to try and get rid of a couple of players like Harry Maguire, Lindelof. I'd probably sell both of those guys, in all fairness. Try and generate as much cash as you can. It's just whether or not they want to go. Would Maguire be prepared to leave when he's only got a year left on his contract? He's getting big, juicy, fat cash for being a big slab, and he can just be a big backup slab this season for United and just chill. Why would he go anywhere? Unless he wants to play football regularly, he's not going to get that at Manchester United this season unless there's wholesale injuries, which there was last season, which is why he played a little bit last season. But if it wasn't for injuries, he wouldn't have been playing much, because Ten Hag sacked him off out the side and ruined him of the captaincy. And then obviously, now he's just basically a backup now. So if he wants to stay, fine, you can stay and just take your paycheck and everything. But if you want to play regularly, you're going to have to piss off, son. Maybe there's some sort of transfer dealings that Man United could do this summer with Maguire going out. And then Victor Lindelof is obviously another prime candidate to be sacked off. But then again, let me just ask the live chat for Victor Lindelof. Keep or sell Victor Lindelof? Get your thoughts in. He is a decent sort of a backup player. He can play out from the back. He has got good pass abilities. But I just think his defending leaves a bit to be desired sometimes. He's not the most physical. He's not the most great in terms of aerial abilities, aerial battles, that kind of thing. He's just very good, but he's bang average, really. So there you go. Victor Lindelof. Yeah, I would sell him as well, guys, to be honest. Lots of people saying sell in the live chat. I would absolutely sell the guy also. You've had your time at the football club. You've been a mediocre melt bag. It's time to join the scrap heap of absolute mediocre dross that has taken place. Go and take your place alongside Morgan Schneiderlin, for instance, or something, He's been decent. He's given it his all, I guess, if you could say that. But he's never really hit those heights at United. So, yeah, it's time for us to start planning for the next generation, get some new quality youngsters in there. Obviously, we've got Martinez the Butcher. I mean, even De Ligt is only 24. Branthwaite's 20. And this guy, Leny Yoro, 18 years of age. That is some youngsters. That is a good prospect for the future there, isn't it? Good crop. So that's what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying to achieve. Updates here from Fabrizio Romano as well said that United have booked travel and medical tests for Leny Yoro. The plan is ready after the agreement reached with Lille last week for €50 million fixed fee plus €12 million in add-ons. There's still work needed to get the deal done. Man United are now confident, as per David Ornstein reports. And then further little bits of information coming out as well just before this stream as well, that Leny Yoro's camp already in the process to review all the contracts for Manchester United. Medical tests also to follow, as Real Madrid are also informed of Yoro's travel to England to see Man United. United Ball want to be very fast with the next formal steps. So it seems like this guy is wanted still by other football clubs, and it's on Manchester United to really try and work swiftly to get this guy over the line. It seems he's interested. He's travelling to Manchester, and he's obviously going to undergo medical tests and then obviously finalise details. So it does look like Man United can sign this guy, but there's still the chance that there's a twist or a turn to happen in this transfer dealing. But right now it's looking good, guys. Get in there, my son. Big news, big news. We're signing a good young prospect for the future. Could be the future of our back line there, guys. Get in there. Also, more bits of information that United want to get Leny Yoro deal done as soon as possible to avoid any potential hijack. Contract proposal valid until June 2029 with an option for a further season. Salary increasing every year. Yoro set to travel to England with his family. This is from Fabrizio Romano an hour ago. Yeah, that's the latest reports, guys. It looks like it's it's done, but obviously there's still a chance that another football club could swoop in there and maybe convince him and turn his head, but it looks good for United to get the deal done. Contract proposals already sorted out until June 2029 with an option for a further season, salary increasing every year. So seemingly very happy, seemingly he wants to join Manchester United, travelling here for the medical. Get in there, my son. Let's ask the live chat to rate this Leny Yoro signing out of 10. All things considered, that means player stature, potential, current ability, reputation, price tag, everything. What do you think of this signing? I mean, I've got to give it a solid 7 out of 10. Maybe 8 out of 10. I think it's a very ambitious signing. It says, hey, look, we're trying to sign these great young players of the future, and we're making these big, young acquisitions. We've already got Højlund. You've got youngsters like Garnacho in the side. We're basically just setting us up to sign, great young players now. It looks like we're trying to bring in players who are, 25 and under. But certainly this lad at 18 is a very young player indeed. But for somebody who is of his age, he's very physically good, very tall, very strong, very quick. So I think, we've probably got ourselves a good prospect here, guys. It's a lot of money, but all things considered, we've done well. There's other top teams interested in him. So if we can actually beat off the opposition there, and matron, no, if you can beat off the opposition there and obviously beat them out in terms of getting the transfer done quickly, and obviously Lille were happy with the 62 million euro fee that Manchester United are prepared to pay, which is a huge amount. So it looks like Ineos are not messing around. They're going to get their players this summer by the looks of it, which is nice to see. Obviously still work on Matthias de Ligt, Branthwaite. These guys still could potentially be one or two of those players coming in. I personally do not really believe we're going to bring in Yoro, Branthwaite and de Ligt. I hope we do, especially if that means potentially getting rid of Maguire and Lindelof. It could be a complete turnaround in terms of our defensive personnel in that summer window, and I think that's exactly what Manchester United need. So that would be brilliant. But let's ask the live chat, guys. So let's just say 50 million for de Ligt, or 60 million for Branthwaite, or maybe even more, basically from what they want. Who would you prefer to see Manchester United add to our defensive options alongside Yoro? So Yoro seemingly is coming in, hopefully very soon, so that could be agreed reasonably soon. But let's just talk about Branthwaite and let's talk about de Ligt. If you had to choose one of those two players, you've got to pay a little bit more for the younger, homegrown and less proven but with high potential Branthwaite, or you've got to pay maybe a little bit less money to get de Ligt, who's more experienced but still young, but also has some big winners experience, a lot more experience, but he is perhaps somewhat a bit of an error-prone slow melt. Let us know, but I do think that de Ligt is the better of the two players, so why wouldn't we go with the better of the two players? And he's only 24. Let's see what you guys are saying in the live chat here, guys. Big up everybody in the live chat. Hey, PS, thank you for your super chat, by the way, there, PS. He says, can we have the legendary laugh when he signs? Of course you can there, PS, mate, but not now, obviously. But yeah, get in there, you beast. Thank you, PS. Appreciate you, dude. Tactician says, I think Braithwaite won't come. Everton are asking too much. I would rather we go for de Ligt. Well said, Tactician. That's how I feel as well. There was a cut-off point. There's always a cut-off point with every transfer, isn't there, as to what sort of value you get from the deal, whether or not you think you're overpaying, so you back out. And I think that Everton might just be asking a bit too much for him, yeah. For 50 million, I'd have said that it's a decent sort of deal, but we are paying that Premier League premium, that English homegrown premium as well. And so therefore it just doesn't become as good as a transfer dealing when you can go and get de Ligt, who's got big club experience, Champions League experience. He's only 4 years older. He's got that, Dutch friends vibes with the coach and the coaching staff, etc. It makes sense, doesn't it? I think you're right. De Ligt. Everton tried to pull our pants down, exactly. Still, maybe we might go in for Branthwaite. We have overpaid for a lot of players recently, but when you're going to spunk 62 million euros on this Euro now, I don't know if we're going to go and spend another 60 or 70 million pounds that Everton want on a centre-back again now. So I think, de Ligt is a slightly cheaper option, but I actually think it's a better option in a lot of ways. You get a bit more value for money. Yes, okay, there's less youth there, 4 years difference between him and Branthwaite, but for the future, he's still got bags and bags and years to give at the club. So de Ligt, we need experience. Exactly, we do need a bit of experience here. If you think about like Yoro backing up the likes of Martinez and de Ligt, that sounds good to me, guys. Martinez and De Ligt together sounds very, very good. You've got that good mix of, Martinez is a nippy, quick terrier of a sort of defender, and De Ligt is a bigger, taller, stronger sort of, aerial battler who can play it out from the back as well. But, them together, it just seems like it might actually make a bit of sense. And then you've obviously got Leny Yoro there to come in and do bits all over the place as and when needed. De Ligt, De Ligt, De Ligt, yep, De Ligt, De Ligt. Exactly, the future is now. De Ligt. By the way, guys, there's 115 of you legends in here. If you're just getting in here right now, smash the thumbs up button, give us a share around, get yourself in the live chat and say hello. And make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Get involved. We're on here daily with the United News, so come and get yourself involved with the community of legends here. De Ligt, yes, Chrissy J, lad. De Ligt, we need some experience now. Absolutely. I agree with you. De Ligt is class. People seem to think, I don't know, because he wasn't really involved as much last season for Bayern and they did not have a great season, people just write him off as being shy. And because he wasn't involved at the Euros for the Dutch, I mean, that is slightly concerning, but it's usually based on players who are playing regularly, playing well. But if you actually look at what that means, he's obviously looking for a new challenge. He's very interested in joining Manchester United. It's not just for money because he's on a big, big contract over there in Germany. He obviously just wants a new challenge, it seems. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, you can decide. He's played for a few top clubs, Ajax, Juve, Bayern. Now he wants to play in the Premier League. And fair play to him. He could just stay at Bayern, win trophies. He's already done that in the past, but he seemingly wants to step up and play for Manchester United and Erik ten Hag. So fair play. I want him because I think he's a very talented player. He can play it out well from the back. Ten Hag's always on about that. We're looking to hopefully play this great transitional style and being able to play it out from the back. We've got Andre Onana. If we have Martinez and De Ligt, it just makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? It sounds like it would be a good pairing. De Ligt is virtually done, isn't it? Yeah, get him there, Tommy Boyle, lad. Just the payment structure to Bayern to iron out. He'll be the next announcement. That'd be lovely, Tommy Boyle. Yes, Tommy. That's it. If we could get Martinez and De Ligt with Yoro backing them up, and obviously then you've got Evans as a backup, and okay, you've still got Maguire and Lindelof, but in reality, they're not going to really feature too much, and we're going to be trying to ship them out probably. I mean, you might not be able to get rid of Maguire, because if I'm Harry Maguire, I'm just sticking around, getting my 180k a week, sacking it off, looking like Nose Pass from Pokemon, and just being a complete fucking absolute human stone pillar of a man for an extra year, and then in a year's time I just leave on a free transfer when my contract's up, go and sign for fucking Kettering Town with a big signing on bonus. Obviously not Kettering Town, but a big club. He would be wanted by some big football clubs, definitely. And then he would make more money in a year's time. So that's probably what I would do if I was Harry. So we might be stuck with Harry. That's what happens when you sign players for ridiculous amounts of money and pay them ridiculous amounts in terms of the wages, way more than they're actually worth. It's hard to get them to convince them to go. But hopefully one of these teams perhaps does come in for him this summer and we could sell him. Same goes for Victor Lindelof. I think that's something that we have to do. Toes Malone, thank you very much for getting in here, raw lad, and subscribing to the channel, top man. Gav says, I thought it was Yoro or De Ligt, they said yesterday. Well, I think it's going to be both personally, Gavs. We're not really going to be going into the season this season with Martinez and Yoro as the only proper centre-backs. Yeah, okay, Maguire and Lindelof are still there, but they're shite, lad. And then we've got Evans, of course, who is old, but he's good, but he's old, and he's just going to be playing a backup bit part sporadic role for us. So we need somebody else to come in. We definitely did need two centre-backs this season. Look at all of our defensive injuries and vulnerabilities we had last season as well. Like, we still probably should be looking at bringing in some sort of a left-back option, and definitely, the more defenders we can get at the moment, the better, because we've got a bit of a changing in the guard. We want to get rid of the likes of Maguire and Lindo. Even if they stay, we don't want to be playing with them regularly because they're tried and tested, proven guff. Yeah, De Ligt, absolutely. Get in there. Hey, Berber, what's going on, lad? Fab tweet, MG Pig. Oh, Mason Greenwood. Yeah, so there was a bit of information here yesterday, actually, just on Mason Greenwood from David Ornstein. I don't know if it's in regards to this, but thanks for that, Berber. I'll have a quick look now, lad. Marseille reached an agreement in principle with Mason Greenwood to sign forward from Manchester United. Work still needed. So that is obviously another big piece of transfer news that's taking place right now, is that Mason Greenwood... See you later on, Mason, lad. Mason Greenwood is looking like he's going to be sacked off. Now, I know it's a bit of a sore point for some people. He's a great player, yada, yada, yada. People want to see an academy player continue and develop and be given chances. But he's just a very dirty, bit of a dirty man, if you're going by that audio clip that was released. So, which, we have to go by. So it's kind of like the PR nightmare. The shitstorm is just there, isn't it? So you can never have that guy playing for us again. But let's have a look at this from Fabrizio Romano. Thank you for the live update here, Don Berber. Let's see what he's saying. Okay, yeah, there it is. This is it, guys. It's done. Mason Greenwood to Marseille is done. Yeah, there you go. Thank you very much, Berber. That's huge news, lad. Look at this, guys. So, yeah, okay, we've got Leny Yoro getting there, my son. But now have a look at this. Let me just pop this up on the screen as well. So, yeah, it was coming, wasn't it? David Ornstein reported yesterday that the agreement was there. And now, seemingly, he is... Oh, hang on a second. Yep, he is now a Marseille player, guys. Here is the latest update there from Fabrizio. Mason Greenwood to Olympic Marseille. Here we go. Deal in place between all parties. Olympic Marseille have booked private flight for Mason to land in Marseille, undergo medical tests and sign. Deal valid until June 2029. Man United to receive €30 million package plus 50 million sell-on clause. I mean, the sell-on clause sounds quite nice, 50%, but the initial amount of money is pretty piss poor, isn't it, from Man United there, guys? I think that's that's gash, isn't it? We should have been getting more than that for the lad. Mason Greenwood, even though he's damaged goods in a lot of ways, and that's the reason why he's so cheap, surely we could have got €40 million for the guy. You know, a young, huge prospect with bags of talent, both feet, great finisher. What the hell? I mean, we are shite at transfers, to be honest. I think we could have got a little bit more, guys. But how much do you reckon we should have got for Mason Greenwood? Get your thoughts and opinions in. €30 million. But then there is a 50% future sell-on clause as well. But that could mean, you know, you only get 5 million, or you could get less than that. We could get a lot more than that. But, you know, there's no guarantees with that. There's no guarantees with the 50% sell-on clause malarkey. You know, so it's still a piss-poor deal if you ask me. Yeah, hope he does well. Sold for 60, 70 million in 2 years' time. Well, let's hope that happens, lad. Let's hope this is all put behind him, and then he goes in the future for big money, and we get 50% of that. That would be nice, yeah. Homegrown is basically ×2 for us to spend. Yep, there you go, exactly, yeah. So generating money from players developed from our youth. That's the state of play now, yep. Hence why 50%. Bye to Greenwood, wish him well. All is settled for good. Well, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess £30 million realistic. Fair one. £2.50 should have been free. Who cares? He's gone. Yeah, if he bags 30 goals and goes PSG for 8 million PSG, then it's a good deal. That's true. If and buts or maybes with this Mason Greenwood deal. But that is quite big news anyway, folks. Mason Greenwood. Big breaking news going to Marseille, folks. That is raw, isn't it? Bloody hell. Okay, then. That's mad shit. Hang on. Greenwood to Marseille. Let me pop this in. The title of this video. Nice one, Berber, for the update there, by the way, lad. Let me have a look at this. Okay, sweet as a nut, governor. Right, guys, we're 7 likes away from 100 likes. Keep hitting the thumbs up. I'm just going to get into the live chat for a few minutes to get into the news about what we've discussed here before we move on, which is, you know, Leny Yoro flying to Manchester for a medical. He's seemingly signing soon. And then also now the big news that's just come out, Mason Greenwood to Marseille agreed. G-Wall says Mason Greenwood will always be better than Maflope. I mean, he had the potential to be. I don't know if he ever will be now. It's quite hard to come back from that, to be honest. Like, he was out of the game for a while. His development was definitely hurt. He's had, like, this whole media scrutiny and everything. Psychologically, I don't know if he'll ever be as good as he could have been if none of that guff ever happened. Or maybe he'll just put it all behind him and carry on his development as he was going. But, you know, I think it's quite hard to reach those heights now for him. At least that's one headache gone from the club. Can move on from the drama now. Yes, mate. So we got rid of a couple of players already, haven't we? Varane and Martial's another melter, but nobody as drama laden as Mason Greenwood. You know, Mason Greenwood does bring an element of drama to proceedings, which now we're not going to have to deal with. So that's brilliant news. I'm buzzing about that, to be honest. You're absolutely right. It's very good that he's gone. I mean, obviously nobody wants to see our youth talents developed and not work out for, especially off the field reasons, like means obviously something seriously wrong has happened there. Something has gone wrong. And we want our youth players to obviously play for Manchester United. And if none of that had ever happened with Mason Greenwood, we'd be talking about him as, you know, an amazing young player, because that's exactly what he was before any of this guff happened. Unfortunately, it did happen. He got off on loan to Getafe and everything, tried to revitalise his career, but the damage at United has been done. Being such a sort of family traditional club, it's difficult to really represent us anymore. So therefore, just not worked out. It's a sad day in that regard, but obviously probably for the best for Manchester United. That's how I see it. Yeah, there you go. Well, Josh Lee, I mean, if you look at what Eric Ten Hag's been saying lately, he's basically said that Jadon Sancho and him have had a talk, and maybe he'll start getting involved with proceedings, lad. I think it's quite likely actually that we'll see him in pre-season. Maybe it's just putting him in the shop window to try and get interest from other clubs, but maybe not. Maybe there has been a patching of the relationship between the player and the coach. I think it's a lot of reasons why that might happen. It's like you've got this player there, he's a body, end of the day, he's just a body, and he's on hundreds of thousands of pounds a week, and nobody wants him because he's shite. So, what do? You could try and sell him, but you're not going to get anywhere near a respectable amount of money for the guy because he's on the back of a gash season. He's been a bit of a spoiled brat. He's on huge money, nowhere near the money of the sort of player that he actually is. So, it's quite hard to really sell the guy. So, yeah, we could loan him out. We're just not getting any value from him whatsoever. If we can sell him, we should sell him. If we can get him out on loan, we should get him out on loan. But the reality is the deal has to be beneficial for Man United as well. Like, okay, it'd be nice to just get him off the books and recoup some cash. But it's got to be the right amount of cash. You can't just let him go and they're not paying anything or any contribution to his wages out on loan or whatever. Man United have to get something back in the deal. So it's whether or not it's worth it for us or whether it's just worth actually just having this body around who's there to call upon as and when you need him. And he might be able to sort of do some things. He might be able to improve and he might be able to turn a corner and not be shit. But I'm not holding my breath on him, guys. I would absolutely sell Jadon Sancho immediately now, if I could. But I don't think anybody's really prepared to pay decent cash for him and money-wise, wages-wise. That's the issue. What would you do, guys? Keep or sell Jadon Sancho? Keep him and give him a chance? See if Ten Hag can, repair that relationship this season and maybe develop him and get him going again? Or sell and cash in and get probably, 30 million? That's the maximum you could probably get. Maybe we haven't even, I don't think we've even had anything anywhere near that level of interest for Jadon Sancho, by the way. Yes, sell, says Josh Lee. Fair play to you, lad. Yeah, thank you, Mark Cook. Big up yourself, big up yourself. You do feel for him in a way. Every young couple has Barneys. Right, okay, fair enough, Yorkshire Cowboy, but there's Barneys and there's, assaults, lad. Anyway, I don't know. It's who knows? Simon, so would Fulham 20 million euros could come in? United already had 17 million euro rejected. Fulham plan on second big. What's that all about? Don't know. Sell, keep, sell. He's a waste of a player. Sell. Right, yeah, fair play to you guys. I've got to admit, doesn't really do a whole lot. Last season was very much lazy, very much disruptive, very disruptive actually. When you think about how much of the season's headlines and how much discussion there was just in regards to Jadon Sancho at Manchester United last season with all that guff, putting him out on loan and Ten Hag and the bust up and the social media, the Insta post. It's just who needs people like that playing for you, really? You just want hard workers who want to be there, play football, listen to the manager and give it their all. That's all you really want. Not players who are up playing late night bloody FIFA at 3 a.m. like there's some sort of bloody YouTube retrobate or something, Get rid of Sancho, Rashi, Anthony. We might get in some actual non-melters. Good call there, Massey lad. Threw the manager under the bus. Exactly, yeah, that's right. Oh, really, Gavs? Oh, crikey, lad. Thank you very much. I will check that out after this streaming legend. Get in there. When things gone wrong, I would gladly sell Sancho this very moment. Me too as well. Good shout. Okay, guys, so let's just clarify and discuss what we've gone over very quickly, guys. Just a little cheeky little update for you lads and lasses today. Yoro flying to the UK. We will have more on that later on as the news comes out. Hopefully he obviously passes a medical, but he is flying to the UK soon. Hopefully it'll be conducted today or tomorrow or very soon. We'll have more on that very shortly. And obviously he could be completing his signing from Lille imminently, hopefully next couple of days. So watch this space. There will be updates, there will be reports, and we'll cover all of it on this channel as and when it comes in. But that's the latest there. We've got obviously a new player on the way, which is great stuff. Hopefully he passes his medical. There's still interest from other teams like Real Madrid, who could potentially still look to hijack the deal. United are trying to work swiftly, trying to work quickly in order to get this deal wrapped up nice and sharpish. Let's have a look at this update from Fab, who just says that Man United have booked the travel and medical test for Leny Yoro. Plan ready after agreement reached with Lille last week for 50 million euros fixed fee plus 12 million euros in add-ons. And then obviously there's another update that says that the camp was already in the process to review all the contracts from United. Medical tests also to follow. Real Madrid are also informed of Yoro's travel to England. So they know, they're aware. And also, we're looking to get it done quick. This is from Fabrizio as well. Says Manchester United want to get Leny Yoro deal done as soon as possible to avoid any hijacks. Contract proposal valid until June 2029, with an option for a further season, salary increasing every year. Yoro set to travel to England with his family. Get in there, my son. Right, that's the big news in case you missed it, guys. Happy days, we've got a new player on the way. Let's have a bit of a Q&A then, my friends. Get yourself stuck into the live chat. Have your say. Hit that like button on it if you haven't done so. Twat the likes. Hit the subscribe button. And Chouameni! And Chewbacca! Excuse me. It says if Sancho was around last season, Højlund would have scored more goals. Do you reckon, dear? I'm not so sure. Because if you look at Jadon Sancho's statistics for the last couple of seasons at Manchester United, he's pretty bang-tastic, gash-tastic, gash. And okay, he obviously does do better over in Germany, but it's not as hard of a league, is it? Let's be honest. So he's always looked shite in the Premier League, to be honest with you, Jadon Sancho. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. Thank you there, Simon Warner. Appreciate you. Yeah, Yoro alongside Manu. Great double act. Interesting, Simon. Yoro over De Ligament all day. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, Yoro's only 18. I think this is personally one for more for the future, really. Look, he could probably do the business for us now, but it's not like he's had a very seasoned, experienced career so far, if we're being brutally honest. Let's just have a look at his statistics for all the seasons, right? So he is obviously an expensive young talent, and, you know, he's developed into a really good young player, and there's a lot of hype about him, and obviously he's a big prospect. The likes of, I don't know, like Camavinga or something like that when he was coming through at that age, you know? So there's obviously a lot of quality in him as a young player. But look at this. It's not like he's played a shitload of football in his career so far. He's played, in the 21-22 season, he played one game in League One. Then last season, in the 22-23 season, he played 13 times there for Lille. And last season just gone, 32 times for Lille, scored a couple of goals. Obviously played a bunch of European games in the Conference League and stuff. You know, had a good season, definitely. It was his breakthrough season. You're not expecting more than that from a young 18-year-old player, to be honest. But he's only played, a handful of games in terms of top-flight French football. I don't know if he's going to be super ready to play, in Manchester United starting lineup for a little while, personally. But we'll see. If you're good enough, you're old enough, aren't you? Let's see. But let's ask the live chat, guys. Do you think he's a signing more for now or more for the future? I still think we will be going out there and signing another centre-back, whether it's Branthwaite, whether it's De Ligt. So I think this guy's really going to be playing more of a sort of deputy role there to the likes of Martinez, the likes of De Ligt or Branthwaite, whoever we sign there. So I think he's going to be more of a signing for the future, but hopefully he does get, obviously, played a lot and gets a good amount of games right now, because obviously we're spending 62 million. So it's not going to be just a player that we're going to play in 2 years' time. He's going to be a player that gets game time, but he's going to be playing a deputy role, I think, to the main couple of players this season in the centre-back positions. That's my thoughts. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Now, says Simon, not sure for now and the future. Well, he's definitely for now and the future. Yeah, I think he will be playing some games now, but he's not going to be going in there and starting every single game for us at centre-back, I don't think. I think we're still looking to get another more experienced centre-back in there to play ahead of him, but we'll see. Future, both. Yeah, fair play to you. You're happy to have another United player. Yes, get in there, my lad. Exactly. Is it either Yoro or De Ligt? Well, the amount of money that Everton are asking there for Branthwaite is just absolutely extortionate and too much, so there's not very much value in that deal. United are spending this huge amount of money on this Yoro 18-year-old as well, which means that, well, are we really going to go and spend another 70 mil or whatever it takes to get this guy in from Everton? Probably not. De Ligt looks like a much more reasonable player to acquire for the amount of money that they're asking, much closer to 50 million euros, which means that United can get an experienced 24-year-old Dutch international who plays regularly or has played regularly for top sides in European competition. It makes a lot of sense. So it probably is going to be De Ligt as the guy that comes in along with Yoro personally, but we'll see. You never know. We need to make a massive impact this summer. Good shout, the big guy. Well, they're kind of going about it in the right way, aren't they, Ineos, at the minute? It has to be said. They've gone and tried to get some players in early. They have got a couple of players in early. At least it looks like we're getting this Yoro signing over the line soon. We're also working on De Ligt. But then, we've already got Joshua Zirkzee in. We're not messing around too long this season. or this summer, I should say. We've got the pre-season, obviously, that's already underway. We want to get players in very quickly to try and get them acclimatised, try and get them involved in the team, the training, the tour, if we possibly can. Get them on a bit later on would be nice. And just get them involved as soon as possible. That's what you want to do. So there's no benefit to waiting around and getting all your deals done towards the end of the window, really. Apart from maybe you can squeeze the negotiations down a little bit more, but it makes a lot more sense in every other regard to get your signings done early. So I think that's what we're trying to do. Ineos have done a lot in terms of the background as well at the club, in terms of working to get the right people in the football roles in the hierarchy of the football club, and they've done that very convincingly so far. We'll see if those guys that they've appointed actually go on and do much better things than the previous regime, but they can't do any worse if you ask me, and they're actual football people largely, so it's a very good change that we've seen from Ineos already from behind the scenes. Now you're seeing like Hackey and Ruud, Van Nistelrooy coming back into it there to be assistants for Ten Hag. There's changes there going on behind the scenes. No Mitchell van der Gaag, no Benny McCarthy, changes there in terms of coaching and stuff. And now it's about getting rid of the players at Manchester United that are not going to take us forward, that we know have been found out to be gash players over a series of seasons and years, really. You want to give players a fair crack at the whip, but we know what players by now are not really United quality and not going to do the business for now or the future. People like Harry Maguire, people like Victor Lindelof, they've had their time, they've had plenty of opportunities, they've been good, but we don't need good. We need great at this football club, and those guys are not great. So that's the reality. We've got to have now a big change in personnel, get rid of those defenders if we can, get new defenders in. Looks like Yoro could be coming in very soon. Obviously, De Ligt would be another great addition. That means you could sell either Lindelof or Maguire, or maybe even both. You've still got Evans, but certainly, obviously we've got Cambuala who's just gone out as well. So, maybe you'd look to keep one of those guys. But certainly we've got to be looking at bringing in a defensive midfielder. There are links to Ugarte, of course, but there's not many links other than that in terms of defensive midfielders that United are looking at right now. And then obviously we signed Joshua Zirkzee for the forward position. So we are working on it. It seems like United are trying to do quick business this summer, which is more than you can say for any other season, really. Fair play to Ineos so far. We have to wait and reserve our judgment on them to see how they progress over time. Like, how are they going to do in the next 6 months to a year in terms of like keeping up on all these sort of promises or things that we want to see improved at the football club, i.e. the facilities, the stadium, and signing of players and getting rid of players as well. Like, we should probably be making a statement this summer and getting rid of a couple of these gash players that we've just mentioned there. Jensk, thank you very much, Jensk, for the super chat, you legend. Get in there, Jensk. He says, I've been a United fan since 1988, but Erik Ten Hag is about to kill my interest for this club. He has been so bad in numerous ways, except 2 tin cups. Help. Well, Jensk, fair play to you. I mean, I definitely was feeling that sort of a way towards the end of last season. This is the reality, really. Ten Hag got an extension on a contract there, more of a symbolic thing from the football club to try and get this guy to be feeling some sort of wanted, like he's wanted in some ways by the club. Because in reality, they were looking around after the FA Cup final, even after we won it, to see if they can replace him. They weren't happy with what we would see in last season, just like anybody wasn't really. We want to see a lot more. The reality is there's not really that many great candidates available for the job right now that are available and actually want the task of taking on Manchester United, and that are available and don't have either a better job that's playing in the Champions League or, are just unavailable due to other commitments or don't want the job. So, we could have gone and changed him and appointed somebody else, but the reality was there was only gash bags available. So all this has done, really, it's given Ten Hag a chance, right, this season, and it maybe has caused us issues this season going forward, because if he continues like he did last year, it's going to be another absolutely gash season. It's a risk, but the idea is that if it doesn't work out with Erik Ten Hag, maybe at Christmas time or the end of the season, this coming next season, if it doesn't work out, after he's had his chance to turn things around, then you do make the change and you make the appointment of somebody who might then be available to take you over, who's more of a fitting manager to manage Manchester United, because there just wasn't the big Carlo or the Unai Emery or the big named manager who you have confidence that in their experience they're going to come in and be able to handle that sort of a task of a job. So I think that's what they've done. They've given Ten Hag a chance. You're on your last chance here, Ten Hag. If you shart it the first few months of the season, you will be gone. So it's on him to turn it around and prove it. Look, he didn't have a good season last season, but he's still a winner in a lot of ways. Like, look at Gareth Southgate, for instance, that Gareth mug. Okay, Gareth Southgate's done well with England, getting them far in tournaments, and he's done well getting England to the last Euro final. But is he a winner? Is he capable of actually setting you up to win a game of football in a big crunch game like that? Well, Erik ten Hag has done that. He's not done the consistent good coaching style management, getting United playing week to week, brilliant, no consistency whatsoever. But on our day, we can turn up and play. That's the key. Whereas with Southgate, that's not the case. He's not that winner. He's not that guy. So Ten Hag has shown some elements of great managerial ability just to be able to set teams up, just to be able to get them to perform on those big key games, those big pressure games, those big important games. He's done that. So I don't know. I mean, obviously, it's been a mixed bag with Ten Hag. First season, very good. Champions League performance, top 4, I should say, getting qualified for the Champions League. Good performance. But the second season was awful, guys. Out the Champions League group stage, terrible 8th place guff finish, -1 goal difference in the Premier League. It's hard to defend. And the style of play was awful. But we won the FA Cup, and there was a lot of injuries and a lot of reasons. I'm happy for Erik ten Hag to get the time to so we can absolutely say in a few months' time that he was definitely not the right man for the job. If he's not the right man for the job, he will prove that over the next 3 months. If he is the right man for the job, he should be able to prove that over the next few months as well. If he's got the big chance to turn it around, and I'm happy for him to have that chance because there will be no questions asked. There will be no questions asked, no doubts in my mind that we should have perhaps given him a bit more time. He's had his extra bit of time. It's on you now, Ten Hag, to do the business. And I've got a sneaking suspicion that we're going to do quite a bit better than last season. I don't think we're going to be getting in the top 4 personally, but I think we will be a lot better than last season. It can't be much worse than that shite, to be honest. Marky Harris, what's going on, you legend? He says Ten Hag should have been sacked after 7 Hag. Right, yeah, well, that was a pretty gas-tastic game. Can't argue with that. That was early doors, wasn't it? Southgate waiting in the wings. Please no, Gavs. This is the only concern. Southgate's obviously resigned as England manager. Fair play to him. But now there is going to be that ever-lingering question. Will Manchester United be interested in giving Southgate a job if Ten Hag doesn't work out at the club? I mean, bloody hell. That'd be awful, wouldn't it? Nah, they can't do that. The reality is Southgate doesn't have that club management experience, that big club management experience. Yes, managing the England national team's an absolutely mammoth job. It's a huge job and you're working with all these talents and everything, but it's very different to club management. And Southgate's club management record's absolutely garbaggio. So I can't see United realistically being interested in Southgate, but maybe they are. Yeah, that's right, Berber, as well. I agree. Let's just see how we get on this season. The proof will be in the pudding, won't it? That's the key. Let's see how it tastes. If it tastes rancid and salty and Glazer-esque, we'll know about it very shortly, won't we? Whereas if it tastes sweet and nice, then hopefully we can, start to enjoy our pies a little bit here, lads, Let's see. I agree. Southgate in by January. Nah, don't even go there, lad. Please don't even go there, Sin Games, please. Wood has been employed to take over from Kojak. Great shout as well, Mark Harris. Very astute, lad. Think about it. I agree with you, mate. I think that they're putting people in place there who can just go and take over the reins as and when needed in the future if Ten Hag gets sacked off mid-season or something. I think you're absolutely spot on. Ruud van Nistelrooy coming to Manchester United in an assistant capacity is a little bit surprising anyway because he was managing PSV. He could have got a job as a first-team coach, as the actual head coach, but he's just decided to be an assistant at United. It's a great job. It's a great springboard for other big jobs. Just look at the likes of Carlos Queiroz or whoever, Steve McLaren. You can go and get big managerial jobs based on your experience you've gotten at Manchester United as an assistant manager, right? But it's still, you're just an assistant. So I think he is there with the knowledge that if things go tits up potentially for Ten Hag, that he'll probably be quite high up the list to get the shout. That's a good shout. Sorry, Jason Jackson, lad. I'm sorry, Jason Jackson. Ooh, I am for real. Sorry, Jason Jackson, that I missed your super chat. He says, I think Luke Shaw into centre-back would help him to run less, to keep him fit and switch in and out with Yoro, then get a left-back. Interesting shout. Let's get some Frey Bentos pie emojis in the live chat there for Jason. Jason, I have to kind of disagree and agree with you at the same time. When we've seen Luke Shaw play at centre-back for Man United over the last few seasons, he's actually done very well. He's done very well there, surprisingly. He's a good centre-back, actually. He's decent. But we need players who can play regularly on that left-back spot, and he is a good left-back, to be fair. Is he capable of staying fit long enough? We'll see. Probably not. He is an injury-prone melt. Look at us last season. The left-back spot was a disaster. We had loads of injury issues there. Had to swap and change players out. Should have kept Reguilon, but didn't. We had issues at the left-back spot. We need Luke Shaw to play left-back, lad. That's what we need. We need Luke Shaw to play left-back. And then obviously have Yoro, Evans backing up the likes of Martinez and potentially De Ligt. But, good shout though, lad. I don't hate it because, as I say, I've seen Luke Shaw play at centre-back for United many times, and he's been quite good for us there, lad. Can't really argue with it. Hey, what's going on, TCG Hub, you legend? He says, afternoon pig, Wigan beat City in a final, didn't make them a team or a force. Consistency is key with the style of play. We win things and fall out of top four, and that's poor. That's a very good shout. I mean, it's a very good point, to counteract what I said about Ten Hag having the winner's mentality, but he did show it 2 years in a row, though. We did win that League Cup final, then the FA Cup final. But you're right. I mean, winning one trophy doesn't show, consistency, but it does show you the ability to be able to, manage a team in a knockout tournament to victory and win an actual trophy. And isn't that what it's all about at the end of the day? Trophies, no? And he's done it two trophies out of three. Got to the other final as well in the FA Cup the previous season against City and lost that one, but won the other two. I mean, I don't know. I think it does mean something. I agree with you, though, that the consistency of the team, if you look at the way we played under Ten Hag this season just gone, it was absolutely laughable. Conceding the second most chance in the league, getting absolutely battered by lesser teams at times, finishing 8th, -1 goal difference, all the rest of it. I completely concur. However, there were potentially some other reasons for it as well, like we did have a lot of issues injury-wise, and there are some gash players still in the side. I still think he needs a little bit more time to really find out. Let's find out over the next few months. He may well get sacked off. We'll see. But it's a good point you make, though. So Jim said it best when he said previous coaches have failed at the club because of the club structure, not because they're bad coaches. The new structure of Ruud and Haki is so much better. Yes, come on then, lad. That's what I'm talking about. Absolutely, yeah. See, and this is it. New different surroundings, new different people in the hierarchy, new different coaching mentalities, people. Hopefully this is going to be a different look, different feel Manchester United. I mean, I would take Reguilon back, guys. Yes or no in the live chat? Have your say. Would you take Reguilon back, yes or no? Me, personally, yes, I would take him back because I think we need a backup there at left back. If he wants to play a rotation role, I'd have him. He was decent for us. I don't think he's a great player or nothing, but as a backup I'm talking about here, we need some options there. We've actually really looked like we struggled in that position the last season, particularly we were playing even Aaron Wan-Bissaka there at times, and Dallo was going over there all the time, and we don't have enough cover, enough quality there in terms of left-back options. We let Alvaro Fernandez go. We've got Luke Shaw, who's very injury-prone. We're going to have to sign a left-back this summer window, I think, because we have got a lot of issues there from last season. Do I prefer Branthwaite or De Ligt? Hello there, Save Pets. I prefer De Ligt. I like his experience. I like his teams that he's played for in the past, Ajax, Juve, Bayern. That's great European experience there, of which Branthwaite doesn't have. Branthwaite has youth on his side. He's got that English homegrown vibe on his side as well, and he will be a very good player for the future because he's a good player now and he's young. But I think De Ligt is more proven, more experienced, and still is a young player. Yes, you'd like a definite left back. Yeah, we're moving like a proper club again. It looks like it, doesn't it, superstar lad? Always better to get your ducks in a row nice and early, get the season prepared for properly, and don't have a struggling start to the season like we usually do by having piss poor planning, piss poor performance in the summer window. Yeah, still got more trophies than Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham and Leeds, so always got to look on the brighter side of life. Get in there, the Wolves do. Yes, lad. Need to get some Thin Lizzy t-shirts on the go with Leny Yoro's face on. I like it, lad. Yeah, good shout. Does look a bit like Thin Lizzy vibes, lad. Duncan Belifo, let's go. Yes, get in there, lad. You want us to go and get Gahey. That's a great shout as well, to be honest, G-Wolf. I think he is a very good player, had a very good Euros for England. He would have been high up there on my list as well, but it looks like we're going for other options in the defensive areas at the minute. Great news about Malacia being back on training. Come on, Malacia. Get yourself in there raw for pre-season, lad. Get some games under you. And that's a good point. I mean, he is very injury-prone, though, and he's been out for a long time. We'll see if he's able to sort of come back and hit those levels. It's a shame, isn't it, these players getting injured? It can really halt your development and halt your progression and actually ruin your career in a lot of ways. Luke Shaw, I consider Luke Shaw a very good player. He's a very good player, but I'll never consider him to the levels of, Dennis Irwin or Patrice Evra for this football club, because he's just absolutely nowhere near those levels. But you know what? He could have been, though, guys. He could have been. If it wasn't for that horrendous leg break, if it wasn't for these injury problems that he's had over the years, he could have been. I really do think he could have been. But that's the thing. Injuries can really hurt you, can't they, in your youth development as well, especially. Check out this, guys. There's a new bit of info. Thank you very much for letting us know in the live chat there. Hang on a second. So this is 2 minutes ago from Fabrizio Romano. I've gashed this up, guys. Hang on a second. Let me move that out of the way as well. 1 second. Another big report here from Fab that says that Manchester United are waiting for the approval on contracts documents from Leny Yoro's camp. Then he will undergo medical tests. Man United have booked medical for Yoro already today in order to be fast and avoid any last-minute surprise. Get in there, my son. Medical today, guys. We did say that it could potentially be today, and it is today, guys. That's fantastic. Get in there, my son. It's beautiful. So there you go, guys. Big news there, guys, in regards to Leny Yoro. He is looking to be signing for Manchester United very soon. We're trying to get it done quickly to avoid any sort of potential hijack from the likes of Real Madrid. This is proper, this is proper movement in the transfer window by Manchester United for a change. We're going out there. We're getting these deals done quickly. We're swooping in. We're flying them in. We're getting in for a minute. We're trying to pinch them off other teams. This is what it's about, mate. This is what it should be about for Manchester United's recruitment process. Not fannying around for months, umming and ahhing about whether to pay an extra bloody £2.50 a week for some player or not. This is proper, this is. We've got an agreement in place with Lille already for big money. We're flying him in, we're getting him done. And there you go. Hopefully he'll be announced by tonight or tomorrow, guys. This is proper. This is proper stuff. Yes, moving fast like a big club finally. Come on. I'll be happy with 4 or 5 signings, Jim, yeah. 4 good ones. Get in there, Madhouse. Let's go, superstar. Finally a big club. We're moving like a properly run club. Absolutely. McBum, Maguire, Cashford still at the club. Well, if there's offers for these players, we can get them out. If not, we can't. Because think about it. Rashford's on huge money. Maguire's on huge money. They're not going to go and play for less money anywhere. There has to be teams out there that want to buy these players. And I'm not so convinced that there are. That's the only issue. But if there's offers that come in, we might be able to get rid. If this was the Glazers only, we'd get an update every 2 weeks. We've had 2 in 1 big day. Absolutely, that's so true. Romano said United will go for De Ligt if they manage to sell off several players. Yeah, I think we're going to have to get rid of potentially Lindelof or maybe Maguire or whatever we can do. Langy86, get in there, you legend. Let's go. Eric Ten Hag doing bitch. Yes, this is true. He's making the club good again with some good signings. We will see if he's potentially able to get that going properly for us. But at the moment, we are working on bringing players in. Obviously, it's not just Eric Ten Hag, but it does look like, obviously, Eric Ten Hag still having a big say in the recruitment because we did get Joshua Zirkzee. That's a Ten Hag classic signing. This Yoro seems to have been highlighted early by our scouting network, our recruitment team and everything. But certainly, Ten Hag is still shaping the side, isn't he? It's not like they're just thinking, Ten Hag's already gone in a few months and we're going to get a new manager at some point. He's just basically filling the gap for now. I think they are still backing him and hoping that he's going to be able to get us doing much better. J United, how you doing there, lad? 130 likes. What have you missed? Thank you, everyone who's hit the like button, by the way. Keep smashing those like buttons on it, guys. Hit the thumbs up. Let's see if we can get to 169. Absolutely. G-Wolf Yoro's having a medical today. There's the report from Fabrizio Romano. Smash that like button. Yes, help us get to 169. I'm just going to go and shout out everyone who's reposted us on Twitter as well real quick. So we've had 6 reposts on Twitter. Thank you so much to you legends there. Views from the bits. Sanjay Ramatar, Elite Footy Talks, United Mark, Jason Jackson, and Vincent Bullock. Thank you guys so much. You can repost us using the link at the top of the live chat if you want to share the stream. Nice one. Well, hopefully, Chrissy J. Yeah, hopefully. We're just having a bit of a Q&A if you're just getting in here, by the way. I will do a quick rundown of what's happened in this show shortly as well. But, yeah, Ugarte. So it looks like he's our main midfield target, isn't he? Doesn't it like... I don't think there's much hope for Xavi Simons. That's exactly who I would want to see us go and get. He's an absolute star. I think he's quality. But I don't think that's very realistic, personally. It's a shame, G-Wolf. Yeah, we've got him on a buyback clause, though, so hopefully if he develops and does well and, makes some waves, we've got the first option, obviously, to go and get him, which is nice. True Gamer, what's going on there, lad? Hello, I've been sent home from work. Oh, no, True Gamer. Hope you feel... Is it down to feeling unwell? Hope you feel better soon, lad, or have you been smashing up the place? Let us know, but I hope you feel better, mate. Crikey. We don't need Simons, though. Well, I think he would be a great addition to the side, though. He's a very good young player. I do as well, J United. I think he's fantastic. Man United now, knowledge is knowing a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing not to put a tomato on your fruit salad. Finally, our club knows what it's doing. Tommy, I love that, mate. Get in there, lad. Come on, spoken like a true Lincolnshire boy there. You know what I mean? Love these old sayings, mate. That's beautiful. Right, guys, I'm going to just read a few more comments out. Get your thoughts and opinions in. Before I do, I'm just going to just talk about what we've discussed in case you've just got in here like Jay and you're not sure what's going on. Exclusive, Leny Yoro's flying to the UK to have his medical. Finalised personal terms. Man United pushed to complete the signing from Lille. There's an agreement in place for an initial... it seems like I think it's 50 million euros up front and 12 million euros in add-ons. That's what is the amount of money involved. And then as we've said as well, Manchester United, this is a couple of minutes ago from Fab, Man United are waiting for the approval on contracts documents from Leny Yoro's camp. Then he will undergo medical tests. United have booked the medical for Yoro already today in order to be fast and avoid any last-minute surprises. Get in there, my son. United doing bits. United moving. That's what you like to see. Right, guys, smash the likes, get yourself subscribed if you're new, and have your say. I'm just going to read a couple more out, then we'll wrap this video up. But I will be back on later on tonight as well, to give you the latest updates, because hopefully we can get this player signed in the next 24 hours, mate. Maybe even possibly tonight. We'll see. But if not, probably tomorrow. If we can, get him over the line before the likes of Real Madrid come sniffing back around. Tommy says, reported on Monday that Ten Hag had a conversation with Slab, told him he'll be on the bench and he still wants to stay. Well, that's it. He's on big money at United, isn't it? Woodward in the mud. Yeah, Villarreal. Interesting. Simons or Simons. I say Simons because I'm an English ignorant melt. Yoro. Yeah, exactly. But people saying in the chat that's terrible. We've got Evans on a one-year deal and Sol Campbell. Where's the latter wanted to move on? The latter wanted to move on. Yeah, there you go. If he doesn't want to stay because there's not the opportunities there, then fair enough, and we've got him on a buyback clause. We've kept Johnny Evans. I know it's a little bit sus to allow a young player to go and to keep a backup, but Johnny Evans is just a backup. Kambala would have just been a backup. It's probably better developmentally for Kambala to go somewhere else and play regularly, isn't it? And then hopefully in the future, if he impresses, we could sign him back and he could be our main centre-back. But right now, he's just not there. So I get it. Ugarte and the left-back think we'd be okay, need another centre-back. I think we need Yoro and another centre-back. A CDM, i.e. Ugarte, would be lovely, yeah. And probably a left-back as well, minimum. And maybe even a winger. But we'll see. There's still question marks over that right-wing spot, isn't there? With, Anthony Dos Santos being so shite. And Diallo looks really decent and good. But, is he going to make that his own? Will Ten Hag give him the chances? Will he still give more chances to Dos Santos, even though he's shite? And he'll probably continue to be shite. Will be funny if Real Madrid gazumped United with this Euro deal. That'd be filth there, Brownie. Yeah, it's still possible, isn't it? Don't count your chickens too soon. This deal is not done just yet. By the way, folks, so I've got a little short on the channel now, which I'm just experimenting with, which is like a little transfer short of basically this that I've just discussed now. I'm going to add you guys to the latest giveaway, t-shirt giveaway. Everyone who goes over to this link that I'm going to put in the live chat now at the end of this video. By the way, smash the like button before you go anywhere. Come back afterwards, get your thoughts and opinions in about anything we've discussed on this stream. Come back after this and have your say in the not live comment section. But here is a little cheeky link to a short, or I'm going to pin to the top of the live chat, and go and smash a like on it. Go and watch it and comment on it. If you comment on it in the next half an hour, you will be entered into the next t-shirt giveaway on the channel, guys. I've got to send 6 out. So get yourself in there and we'll make it 7. Here we go, guys. It's pinned to the top of the live chat. Go over there at the end of this video, smash a like on it, and comment on it. Let us know what you think about Yoro. Also, go on, comment on it, and tell me who you would sign out of De Ligt and Branthwaite. And if you do that the next half an hour, you'll be entered into the giveaway. Nice one. There you go. Here it is right here, guys. Go and comment on it. Boom, in the live chat. Right, folks. Thank you everyone who's got in here for the stream today. I'm going to wrap it up there, but as I say, you can come back after this video is finished and get your thoughts and opinions in. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're getting close to 83,000 subs now. Get yourself subscribed if you're new for the latest upcoming United news. Obviously, we're covering all the pre-season games this season as well, this pre-season, and the transfer news. So there'll be more later on the channel. Thank you everybody for getting involved. We'll talk about that soon, Sith Lord Lad. Yes. Okay, yes, Gav's Highlights. Thank you very much for that. I will do. Thank you, everyone who's got in here. Smash that like. Subscribe if you're new. Go over here and check out this video right here, guys, and comment on it to enter the giveaway, and I'll see you soon. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick at Flying Pig United. Big up everyone in the chat, all the members like Marky Harris, Connor Walsh, J United, everybody who's got in here raw. Thank you so much for getting in here, everybody. Have your say afterwards, and thanks for watching. See you in a bit. Come on, United doing bits. Leny Yoro in the can, pretty much. We'll see. Hopefully it doesn't get hijacked. But get in there. Now working on De Ligt. Other signings as well to come. United actually acting like a big club for a change. Come on, United. See you on the next one. And remember, when the seagulls follows the trawler, as this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much.